All right, so you're thinking about making a move to Phoenix, Arizona. You've done all your research, checked out the pros and cons, try to figure out if it's the right fit for you, and now you're trying to figure out what city or area you might want to focus on that will give you the lifestyle you're looking for. You know, the Phoenix area is very large and it's very spread out. There's a lot to look at. There's a lot of info online about where you should or should not be. But still very challenging. We've done a lot of videos on it. We try to guide people on what things look like, what places look like, that type of thing. But even if you've seen those videos or if you're new to this channel, it can still be a little bit challenging to kind of really determine what might be right for you. So in this video, what we're going to do is do kind of what we do when we're having our first calls, when people reach out to us. We're going to bring up the map. We're going to kind of walk you through the entire metro area, kind of show you from east to west, north to south. We're going to walk you through each section, kind of give you a little bullet points on what you might need to know, things that might be important to you, things you want to look for that could be helpful, things you might want to avoid. So we're going to get into that. If that info might be helpful for you, then stay tuned. What's up, everybody? It's Greg Corbett with the AZ Lifestyle Group right here in Phoenix, Arizona. If this is your first time to this channel, you're looking to find out everything you need to know about what it's like living in and or moving to the Phoenix metro area. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you can be notified whenever we post a new video. We are helping people from all over when it comes to finding the best places and neighborhoods to live here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about making a move and you need any assistance whatsoever, give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We got you back when it comes to moving to the Phoenix Metro. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the map here. And for those of you who are new to the channel or maybe haven't taken the time to reach out to us yet, this is the exact process we go through when you're looking to schedule a call with us. Our goal up front is to kind of get to know you first and then kind of figure out what your kind of goals are, what your lifestyle goals are. And then we're going to try to figure out some potential matches for you as we learn about what might be a good fit for you. Now, for this particular video, we're probably going to do more of a high-level overview with everybody watching and everybody kind of having different needs. But what I'm going to try to do is just give you honest feedback on things I like, things I might dislike, and just things that I think you need to know when you're looking to make a decision to move here. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in here on the Phoenix metro area. The Phoenix area is a pretty large and diverse spot. So we're going to kind of guide you through everything here, kind of focus our areas. There's a lot to know about Phoenix. There's a lot to know about the East Valley. There's a lot to know about the West Valley. I'm going to go ahead and pop up maybe some pictures of thumbnails of some of my other videos to give you kind of a better breakdown of each. So, if you want to learn more about Phoenix, if you want to learn more about Scottsdale, if you want to learn more about Peoria, Gilbert, Chandler, so on and so forth, I'll show you some links and kind of guide you on where to get more information on those specifically. For this video, we're going to kind of guide you on some general things you need to know when you come in here. Let's start off first on, for those of you who are visiting, you're probably going to be flying into Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. This little heart here is my office right here on Tempe Town Lake. That's why that is showing up. So you got Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. So here's the center of town. This is where you're going to be flying into, right in the heart of central Phoenix. You've got Scottsdale right here to the northeast. You got Tempe to the east. If you go out to the east side, you're going to run into Mesa. You've got Gilbert, Chandler, and then you'll go. You got Queen Creek down here in the southeast, Santan in the way southeast valley. You've also got kind of Apache Junction, Gold Canyon here. So those are kind of on the outskirts on the southeast and east side. If you start heading west and northwest, you're going to run into places like Glendale here. And Glendale runs all the way up to the northwest. And then you're going to get into places like Peoria here in the northwest. You've got Surprise on the west side here, Waddell, Litchfield Park, and then Goodyear kind of on the west side of Phoenix. So where should you focus on? Well, that's a good question. There's a lot to like about a lot of these places. And everybody's going to be different. So, Phoenix itself, again, like Phoenix runs all the way down from, if you start off on the south side, Ahwatukee here, the Ahwatukee foothills, that is all part of South Phoenix. That is just south of the South Mountain Park and Preserve. And then you're going to kind of go up here. You got to let the area around Laveen, Central Phoenix, the historic districts. If you get into some of the historic districts around here, you'll see Encanto Village. Encanto is a very prominent historic district. You'll get into the Biltmore area. You'll also get into Camelback East Village. That includes all the areas around Arcadia. And then you kind of head north and you're going to see a lot of different, here you're going to, when you're going through the Google Maps, you're going to see villages. We don't talk too much in villages when you get here. You're going to see names of stuff like Paradise Valley. You've got the town of Paradise Valley, which is where the prominent, huge homes on acre lots, one of the most expensive areas within Arizona, that is within the town of Paradise Valley. And then you got Paradise Valley Village, which is actually a part of Phoenix. Very nice area, but is nowhere near anything like Paradise Valley, the town. You cruise up further north, you get into Desert Ridge. A beautiful area up there, very new area. A lot of this stuff that was the 101 that was kind of built up in the 90s, early 2000s. A lot of the newer construction you're going to find is up in these areas outside of the 101. So when you're looking around and you're looking at listings online, you're going to see a lot of newer communities, whether that's up here in North Phoenix, North Scottsdale, Glendale, Peoria. They're going to be on the outskirts of the 101 freeway here. And so just let me kind of start at the freeways here, or stop and kind of discuss the freeways here to a certain extent. So one good thing to know about Arizona, there's no toll freeway. So you're never having to pay any money to get on any kind of tollway here in Arizona. You've got the I-10 that kind of runs through. So this comes in from California, runs all the way into Central Phoenix, and then starts heading south into Tucson. So the I-10 kind of takes you into California going west. If you take it eastbound, it's going to take you into Tucson. So in that drive there, Casa Grande, Tucson, that type of thing. So the 10 is one of the main freeways. Then you've got the US 60. If you're on the 10 and you want to keep heading eastbound, you've got the US 60. That's going to take you into all parts of Mesa, Gilbert, Chandler, and into some of the other eastbound cities. And then you've got the Loop 101, the Loop 202 loop. So Loop 202 kind of takes you into primarily the East Valley cities here, kind of circling into the north part of Mesa, northwest part of Mesa, into close to Apache Junction. And then it starts to circle south. You've got the Eastmark community here in Mesa. So you've got all this brand new construction, the huge master plan community, Eastmark, all the way on the east side of the 202. And then you can take the 202 back westbound, take you back to the 10. And then they just opened this section of the 202 within the last year or so, which takes you through Ahwatukee and then back up to the I-10 there as well. So there's some kind of newer developments going on here. And then the 101 you've got that will take you from basically the south part of Chandler up and around into North Scottsdale, up into North Phoenix, into Glendale, Peoria, Sun City, Surprise, and that type of thing. So, everything is pretty far from each other from northwest to southeast. Let's say you're up here in Sun City West or Peoria, and you're like, hey, I want to drive from Peoria all the way down to Queen Creek. These freeways will get you there fairly quickly. I think you can go from northwest to southeast probably within an hour, 15, maybe 30 minutes max. If you've got traffic, then it's going to take a little bit longer. But if you're, want to be close to the airport and you're like, hey, I just want to be within 30 to 45 minutes of the airport, most everywhere in the valley would get you to the airport in 45 minutes, as long as there's not any crazy traffic going on. And all these freeways move pretty quickly. You do have some traffic through central Phoenix and through Scottsdale during some of the peak hours of the day, but it's nowhere like, coming from some of these other crazy cities. I don't think it's obviously nothing like California traffic. It's nothing like Colorado traffic and around Denver from what I've seen. It's nothing like anything I've seen in Texas traffic, that type of thing. So, hard to say. I haven't been everywhere, but I've been to a lot of places, and our traffic actually, even with how big it is here and how many people who live here, it's not too bad. So, again, a lot of high level information. As far as where to choose, there are a lot of similarities. Like a lot of people are going to be focused on, hey, I really like Chandler. I really like Gilbert. I want to be in the Southeast Valley. People hear a lot about that, not only from a school perspective, because you hear about some of the best schools being in that area. There's just a nice feel when you're looking at communities down there. Going into Queen Creek as well. They're popular for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. They do have some cool entertainment districts as well. So especially like Gilbert and Chandler, Gilbert has downtown Gilbert. So if we kind of cruise in here, let's find Gilbert Road. So if we go into Gilbert Road, just right off the 60 here, just a couple miles south, you've got this area, which is downtown Gilbert. It's a big entertainment district. You've got the Santan Mall area, which is just over a couple miles to the east of that. If you go down to Chandler, they've got a cool downtown little entertainment district. They've also got the area near Chandler Fashion Center. So I think a lot of the people kind of focus around the entertainment districts that have the shopping and dining. They're also going to be focusing on what areas maybe have some cool parks for families, obviously schools, and just kind of places that you can go pretty quickly living close to home, and offers you like, nicer neighborhoods, that type of thing. So I think Gilbert, Chandler have that. South Tempe actually offers a lot of the same thing. There maybe the homes are a little bit older in Tempe, but it gives you a lot of that. Ahwatukee, same type of thing in the South Phoenix area. Really cool little pocket area that's got a lot of great views, really good schools, close to entertainment, dining, shopping options, that type of thing. So you've got that all here in the Southeast. Mesa doesn't have a ton of entertainment districts, I would say. There's some really cool neighborhoods in Mesa. I just did a video on Mesa, kind of picking out my top zip codes. There's one around here in 85213, and then also up in the north east side of Mesa, which is kind of near Las Sendas, where you're kind of elevate over here, and you can kind of get views of the entire valley depending on where you sit. So there's some cool parts of Mesa. There's a lot of parts in Mesa kind of here around the 60 area that are a little bit older, a little bit for the money, I think not as desirable on what you get. It's for proximity to get in and out of places might have some availability, but a lot of people, if they're looking for newer homes, we tend to find them kind of going out towards the east side of Mesa, all the way out to kind of like where Eastmark is and some of these other newer communities and developments. So you just have to know that, like, when you're out on the east side of these, and you're depending on where you want to get into and where you're working and that type of thing, that you might have a little bit of a drive. So again, after the last couple of years now, we've got so many people that are working from home. Maybe that matters to you, maybe it doesn't, but something to kind of keep in mind there. So let's talk about let's talk about Scottsdale next. So Scottsdale runs from north to south, quite up. It's a big, long strip here. There are, I'll show you a little clip of or a thumbnail of my Scottsdale video where I break down the 5 areas of Scottsdale. So you got South Scottsdale here, kind of at the bottom. You get into Old Town, then you get into Central Scottsdale, North Scottsdale, and then you could go all the way up to kind of right around where your Carefree is, where North Scottsdale is. This is kind of the desert mountain area. So all this stuff up in North Scottsdale, you typically have amazing views. It's kind of city-like views. You see a lot of areas that are, a little bit larger lot size, definitely higher price point, that type of thing. But some beautiful areas there. You've got Rio Verde kind of sticking from the east side of Scottsdale. This is kind of a hike out here, but some absolutely beautiful views up there. Same thing with Fountain Hills. Again, for people who want maybe some of the benefits of living in Scottsdale and kind of a similar aspect, but maybe want a little bit lower price point and don't mind being further out, I'd say Fountain Hills and Rio Verde could be potential matches for you. A lot of people just want to be where the action is. They want to be inside the 101. There's a lot of entertainment districts within Scottsdale, and these areas are very popular, and the price point shows it as well. We talked about Paradise Valley a little bit. Paradise Valley is going to be one of the highest desired places to live in Arizona. The price points show it. It's, again, if you're looking for estates, if you're looking for large lots, Paradise Valley has it. You got obviously all the mountain views surrounding there, and it's a beautiful place to be. Very expensive. Now, Paradise Valley with all the acre lots doesn't feel as connected. So if you're looking for maybe the most desired place, at that point you're probably looking at going into Arcadia. That's in Phoenix. Arcadia proper, Arcadia Light, Lower Arcadia. There you get more of a neighborhood connection. You've got more of a neighborhood feel. It's very walkable. It's very family friendly as far as having, the walkability without a ton of traffic, great schools, and, just a different feel. You got a lot of greenery. You don't have what a lot of the newer developments have, which is basically just kind of cookie cutter style homes that all look the same. That are on small lots. So here you're going to find bigger lots. You're going to find mature trees, greenery, that type of thing. Arcadia is going to give you a lot of that when you're looking around, and especially like proximity to stuff like getting to the airport, the Phoenix Zoo, Papago, Camelback Mountain. I live on the lower side of Arcadia. Been out here for almost 13 years now. And I've lived in every single city in the East Valley and landed in now the zip code of 85018 where Arcadia is. And I absolutely love it. So, again, it's very desirable. You're going to see higher price points. You're going to see older homes. You are going to see some newer infill construction that people are doing right now. But a lot to like about it. Now, with some of the positives, some of the interesting things about like being in Phoenix is, no matter where you're at, you could be at one of the most desirable neighborhoods ever, and then you could be like a mile away, an area that doesn't look like it's as well kept, or just kind of is a little bit more beat up, a little lower price point. So may or may not be a safety type of thing. And again, it's hard to kind of paint everything with a brush when it comes to overall safety. I don't care if you're in the most expensive neighborhood or you're in the lowest end neighborhood, you're going to have certain things where people are, having break-ins or people having their cars broken into, that type of thing. From a violent crime, we just don't see that very often on my end. You hear about it on the news from like, certain parts of the West Valley that, and again, I don't want to call anything out right now just to kind of pigeonhole anybody, but it's more just like petty crime stuff. Now there's probably, if you go on Nextdoor or you go on any of these news websites and you go into Arizona and you're looking for safety or violent crime, you probably, find so much stuff. Maybe you don't want to move to Arizona, but from my perspective, just what I see and observe, trying to stay away from all the news and all the garbage that news shares with you. For the most part, I feel like we're pretty safe and all is good. Now let's go into the west side here. So if you get into, I'd say other areas that are very popular right now is Glendale and Peoria. So, Glendale and Peoria are sitting kind of right in here too. And as you get a little bit further north, you find, I think what people tend to find are more attractive neighborhoods, a little bit newer, things that give you kind of some mountain views. When it comes to Glendale, they've got kind of these neighborhoods that are sitting on the water here, Lakeview, that type of thing. There are some cool newer neighborhoods that are popping up on the south side of Glendale specifically. But you do, when you're searching this area, you're going to see a lot of older homes as well. And, for the most part, a lot of people don't tend to want to be in those areas. It is certain parts where you're going to find more news stories about, some crime related issues and that type of thing. So again, it's hard for me to paint that brush. I don't follow that specifically. I try to do the best I can. And when people are like, hey, let me focus on a certain area, and then I'll try to go and search it for them, maybe do some research on it. But I don't want to say for certain that there are certain areas that are safer or better, because I really don't know. When you go into these areas, so Sun City is, sometimes I forget about Sun City. So Sun City has been around forever. Sun City is a big retirement community out here. This is 55 and over. We do have a lot of 55 and over communities. So for those of you who are looking to retire in Arizona, there's a lot of communities. Sun City is definitely one of them. We've got a lot of the Trilogy communities out here. If you're looking to retire and you're looking for higher end living, the Trilogy communities offer that. There's a lot of potential opportunities. Sun City West is around here. You got places like Surprise. Surprise is, one of the areas that started booming between like the 2004 to 2008 range. So you've got a lot of communities that were building up around there. We had all the things that happened during the crash, and then it's building back up again. A lot of cool neighborhoods around here. And then going south, you got Luke Air Force Base. This 303, I forgot about the 303 when I was mentioning the freeways. The 303 is fairly new, and this is opening up a lot of things for the West Valley. There are not only a ton of businesses that are kind of coming over and expanding over into the West Valley because all this land is available, so people are putting in these huge plants and businesses, that type of thing. And then you go up around the 303. Around this area here is where they have the new Taiwan semiconductor plant for the chip manufacturing. There's a lot of businesses that are coming to Arizona right now as well. So you'll see a lot of, maybe videos, articles about a lot of the movement of companies coming over here. That's a big draw of why people are coming out to Arizona, is because of all the new tech jobs that are out there. We've got some what I would consider to be pretty good, higher paying positions for people to come out here. That's why a lot of the reason why the pricing is going up. So we still have some crazy issues with our inventory. And, I'd say prices have obviously, increased more in Arizona than the majority of the country for a lot of crazy reasons. But hopefully there are a lot of other things that are coming in that'll help increase what people can pay for based on their income as well. We'll go down here to Goodyear and look at like Estrella Mountain Ranch. That is a big master plan community that's always been very popular here. And then you can, Verrado out in Buckeye is huge. So yeah, there's a lot. Obviously, this is a huge high-level overview of the area. And again, when we're kind of having these conversations, and you're like, hey, where do you think is the best place for me to be? It's hard for me to tell people without you coming out and taking a tour first. A lot of people come out, they're going to take a tour of a few different areas. We'll give them kind of some hot spots to kind of go out and check out first. So we'll give you a list of, if you're like, hey, Greg, I'm interested in Gilbert, I'm interested in Peoria, and maybe looking at Goodyear. Well, I'm going to give you like a list of hot spots to kind of go out and drive and kind of see like, hey, does this kind of fit my lifestyle? Can I see myself living in this neighborhood? So we're going to try to eliminate some of the stuff that just doesn't make sense for you. So from a cost perspective, from a drive perspective, from a, if you have a family trying to pick out like the best schools, all those things, we're going to try to focus you in certain areas so that when you come out here and you make some drives, you can know, hey, this makes sense for me or this doesn't make sense for me. You start to narrow it down. At that point, we'll start sending listings that fit what you're looking for. And then I can go out and drive them, take video tours of them. If you can't be out here on your own and you've got to be searching from your home state before you make the trip out here. It's very challenging for a lot of people. We try to make the process as simple as we can. Also, I want to, one of the cool things about Arizona on my end is there are a lot of cool things to do that aren't too far away. So no matter where you're living, you can be an hour to 2 hours away from a lot of the fun stuff here. So we have a lot of man-made lakes in Arizona. So if you like to get out on a boat, if you like to go, fishing, if you like to just kind of do some water sports, there's places like Lake Pleasant up here, especially if you're on the northwest side, up around Glendale or Peoria. You've got Bartlett Lake here. For if you're up in North Scottsdale, there's some other lakes. If you're on the east side, up near Mesa, that type of thing, the Salt River, Roosevelt Lake. So there's the lakes in that. And then also one of my favorite things is, you've got the desert here in Phoenix, but then if you want to get up into the forest and kind of cool down, then, you just jump up the I-17 here and you can be up in Flagstaff within 2 hours. So you're going to cool down. You can be up in Flagstaff. Prescott is another nice little area all around Prescott here. You're not going to be as high of an elevation in Prescott, so it's not going to be as cool. Sedona, obviously, Sedona is up heading up to the Flagstaff, area as well. Sedona, definitely a place you want to check out. You can go up the Beeline Highway here, which is the 87. This gets you into Payson. You also can go into Pine and Strawberry here, or you can head over to the White Mountains and kind of head out to places like Show Low, Pine Top, Lakeside. So there's all these places here that, depending on the time of year, if you're needing to get out of the heat during the summer, you can cool down a little bit, go up there. Or if you're during the winter and you want to go see some snow, you can get up, and all these places have typically a decent amount of snow depending on when you go up and the time you go up. The other thing that is great, you're about, I'd say a 4 to 5 hour drive to Vegas. If you're looking to get to Vegas, you're 6 hours to LA, you're 5 hours to San Diego, and then you're 3.5 hours. And a lot of people who watched this channel have checked out my video on Rocky Point, aka Puerto Penasco. You can be from Phoenix to Rocky Point in about 3.5 hours door to door, which is great. So if you're looking for a place to get to the beach and you don't want to drive as far as California, or maybe not have as much traffic, definitely a cool place to go as well. So, a lot of cool things to get to when you're living in the Phoenix area. If you just want to do outdoor, have an outdoor lifestyle, I think that's why a lot of people love it here. So I wanted to bring that up as well. All right, guys, hopefully that was helpful for you. Again, that's a very, very high level overview. We're just kind of scratching the surface on what we can kind of share with you. We are definitely doing more videos, kind of going in depth a little bit further on what areas might be right. So definitely check out some of the other videos we posted. We will always be continue to do a few more of those videos as well. And then the best thing you can do is, if you have any questions and you're looking to make a move out here and you really want to find out what's best for you, is to reach out to us. We are literally helping people from all over that are coming into the Phoenix area, that are trying to figure out what might be the right place for them. And that's what we're here for. So make sure to reach out to us. Again, we're here to help you. And the best way we can do that is for you to reach out to us. Have us do one of these map overviews with you. Say hello, get to know that we're here and how we can make the process so much simpler for you. Hopefully save you a lot of time and money in the same time. So again, reach out to us. Make sure to comment below if this was helpful for you. And until the next video, we'll catch you later.